me, this is always one of the best weeks of the year. So much fun for everyone involved. Fans, players, coaches. What a blast.
Yeah, the NBA knows how to throw a party in celebrating its game. There's no doubt about that. And All-Star Week is one great show after another.
A look at the West All-Stars starting group. They've got Nikola Jokic. Durant is out there with LeBron James. Then it's Jones. And it's Curry in at the point guard.
And fans and celebrities alike have descended on this town for All-Star Week. There's been a bunch of fun events going on all over the place.
And Greg, it's like that every year. I mean, no matter what city is hosting, it becomes a mecca for everyone who wants to take in one of the greatest scenes in all of sports. Not only to watch the best players, but to be seen by the other stars in the crowd.
Curry. And Durant sends it back. Kicks it out to James. 3-pointers off the mark. West All-Stars still look like they're getting going. It's a 5-point game. Plenty of daylight on that shot.
In the first half of his season, boy, how special has it been? He has been on a rampage.
Yeah, and he's got tremendous talent. And when he's fully healthy and engaged, I mean, he's really impossible to stop. That's what we've been seeing this year from him.
Defensive foul.
The whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic.
First personal foul.
That's his first foul.
Team foul.
Curry against Durant. Jokic with his screen on Durant. Curry against Durant. Here's Jokic. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
First personal foul.
Jokic has such a great basketball IQ, and his creativity is off the charts. He's capable of a triple-double just about every game.
West All-Stars shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. Free throw, good. Jokic. That one misses. Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Doncic looking it over. Three-pointer, Butler, good. The assist goes to Doncic.
Doncic taking pride in setting the table for his teammates. I love his unselfishness.
And David Aldridge spoke with Nick Nurse. David.
Now he was modest. He thinks the success he's had as a coach is because of the players he's gotten to work with this season. He said, I'm surrounded by talent. Guys who actually have to go out there in the court and get it done deserve the respect. And Kevin, this is why so many of his players respect him.
Thank you, David. And here is Curry after Luka Doncic hitting the three. Durant inside. Defended by Durant, and that one's good. Durant.
And this game literally has been wide open as it gets.
Yeah, both teams completely neglecting their defensive duties.
LeBron against Doncic. From past the arc. And Kevin Durant good for three. Durant's got 5 now.
And that's getting it done from deep. That's what the All-Star game gives you, the freedom to show your full range.
You know, taking that shot in a regular season game might get you a spot on the bench, but here, it gets you a standing O.
Catching up on the changes for the East. Allen's checked in for Joel Embiid. Zion Williamson comes in for Butler. George is checked in for Doncic. And Irving subbed in for James. So an almost entirely new group now for the West. Randall's checked in for Jokic. Sabonis comes in for LeBron. James Harden, he's checked in for Jones. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Curry.
Durant. That's 2 fouls for him this quarter. A third would be a problem.
Mitchell, he's checked in for the West.
And, you know, the fan voting is what determines the starters in the All-Star game. Then the coaches will decide on the reserves. But either way, whether you're picked by the fans or the coaches, earning the title NBA All-Star, that's an honor none of these players will ever forget.
Hits the three-point bomb.
And as as usual, neither team really grinding too hard at the defensive end.
And I think that's okay in this event. I mean, I say the more highlights, the better.
Irving with the bounce pass. Allen passes to George. It's good from long range. Now, Greg, one thing we know for sure, you know that every player who earned a spot on this roster is going to see his share of action. Spreading the minutes evenly, as you've always talked about, is always a top priority for these All-Star game coaches.
And you're so right, Kevin. I mean, for all the hard work these players put in to get here, I mean, each one deserves a chance, if you will, to share the spotlight. It's one of the great things about the All-Star game.
To the inside, Williamson. The basket good off the assist from Durant.
Not much in the way of defense being played here early on.
Well, you know how it works. I mean, both teams will be conserving their energy at the defensive end until later on. That's typically how this thing unfolds.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
Earning a trip to the stripe that time. Allen constantly on the move, which makes him hard to guard.
Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the East All-Stars.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
Also, guys, the passing has been terrific in the first half. They'll be happy with all those assists.
Catching up on changes for the West. Jaren Jackson, he's checked in for Randall. Young is subbed in for Damian Lillard. Near the three-point line, it's Mitchell. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. In the corner, Irving with it. Launches a 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Irving's got a couple of threes now in the first for the East All-Stars. 34 seconds left to play here in the first. So the timeout taken here, the first for the West All-Stars.
It's not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
And you know what, guys? If for nothing else, just to slow things down a little bit, change it up somewhat.
All-Stars with some changes. Adebayo is checked in for Allen. And it's Jason Tatum in for Zion Williamson. Here's Young. Now about 10 seconds separating the shot and game. Billy's the long-range jumper.
A solid distributor. I think Jackson is gifted at reading defenses and then being able to spot the open teammate.
Hits it from three-point range.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Here's Young. Again, the West All-Star.
And some crafty inside play from Young, finding a way around the defense to get his shot.
Pass to George. Tatum on the wing. The shot's good on the assist by George. Tatum's got his second basket of the night.
Yeah, they built up this lead 3 points at a time.
And I like the strategy. It's a great strategy. Bury those threes early, and it'll open up the inside for them later on.
And so it's the East All-Stars enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break.
Get ready for your East All-Star Dance Pack.
Back with you again on the most entertaining night on the NBA calendar. 1 quarter down and 3 to play in the All-Star game.
And you can see these players now starting to get into a rhythm. Should see a lot better flow to the game here in the second quarter.
That's usually the case. I mean, it takes some time to gel with your teammates at the All-Star game.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. And the West All-Stars looking at who they've got. We've got Durant. Young is out there with Jones. And it's Nikola Jokic. And it's Jackson in at the 4 spot.
Light on the fouls in terms of what's been called tonight. And that's usually the theme in this game.
I agree. I mean, the guys always play reasonably hard, but they don't necessarily play physically, if that makes any sense. The officials' jobs are usually pretty easy in this one.
And not as many turnovers as we often get in this game. So we see both teams taking care of the ball.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, surprisingly, very well controlled for the most part. Sometimes things get a little wild out there, but not so here.
Jokic. Great D that time from Adebayo.
You know, I think the effort on defense there has everything to do with why he missed that shot. Well done.
Doncic outside. On the wing, James. No good on the 3. They have a very long way to go to get within sight of the lead.
And from what we've seen so far, guys, don't hold your breath.
Jokic trying to free himself up. Offensive rebound. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the East All-Stars. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And Young kicks to KD. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. KD's got 8 points.
Right back at you. Durant motivated to put it right in his opponent's face. No better way to do it than with the 3 of his own.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Butler with the steal. To the middle. Adebayo with the bucket. 5 points in the game.
Hey, defenders already have a lot to worry about with Tatum scoring. Making passes like that, too. Watch out.
And the East All-Stars with some changes. Allen's checked in for Bam Adebayo. Williamson comes in for Jimmy Butler. And Durant subbed in for Luka Doncic. Then for the West All-Stars, Randall's checked in for Jokic. LeBron comes in for Jackson. And Lillard subbed in for Trae Young.
Yeah, you know, it's like the game is in slow motion for LeBron. He sees the entire floor and sees it so well, knows what's coming, and usually always makes the right pass.
James against Jones. No one near Williamson as he lets it go. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Here's Durant. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Damian Lillard.
Durant.
East All-Stars have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. The free throw drops for Durant. The West All-Stars making a switch here. Curry's checked in. Durant nails both of them. And the West All-Stars with possession. Shoots the 3. And that's good. Stephen Curry for 3. Curry's got 7.
Anytime Curry gets a look from deep, he's letting it fly. And he's probably knocking it down, too.
From deep, James. The West All-Stars pull it in.
Called on.
He's certainly been cold this quarter, guys, but trying to shoot his way back into a groove.
The West making some changes.
Substitution on the
Sabonis, he's checked in for Randall, and it's James Harden in for Durant. Here's Harden on the wing. He's looking for Sabonis and finds him. And slam dunk by Sabonis.
And you know what? At 6'10", dunking is low stress for Sabonis. Solid at getting himself inside for these throwdowns.
James with it, and Allen picks him up defensively.
Boy, I'd have to say Lillard is one of the game's best passers right now.
Get ready for your East All-Star Dance Pass.
Big group substitution here for the East. Embiid, he's checked in for Allen. Porzingis is coming in for Williamson. George is checked in for Tatum. And Irving subbed in for James. And West also making a switch. Mitchell's checked in.
Durant.
Oh, and the jam by Durant.
I tell you what, a lot of shimmying and rim rattling going on in this one tonight, guys.
These guys are spending more time in the air than they are on the ground, that's for sure.
And that's life above the rim. Courtesy of our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Here's Mitchell and Embiid with the block.
A fantastic defender. Embiid is consistent, not only blocking shots, but going after them as well, especially when he's in the area.
Yeah, there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Harden the pass to Sabonis. Durant with it, and Curry picks him up defensively. And Durant gets it to go. The assist by Porzingis. Durant's got 7 points here in this quarter.
Nice recognition there by Porzingis. He's getting better and better as a passer.
Here's Curry, and the rejection by Embiid. And he recovers it. A shot by Harden, wide open. And he's good on the 3 ball. Harden's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
Shot's good by Durant.
You know, throughout this quarter, guys, they've had no answer for him defensively. He's been absolutely relentless.
Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. It's George on the wing. The basket good off the assist from Durant.
3 points.
Durant's got 6 assists in the game.
Paul George has become such an assertive and confident player. He knows exactly when he's in position to get that catch and shoot off.
And through one half, it hasn't even been close. It's time to strap in as we get set to bring you the explosive action of the second half of the All-Star game.
And that first half was terrific. I'll bet anything that the second has even more in store for it.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I think it's going to be a spectacular final 2 quarters.
And so Curry will bring it up for the West All-Star. Embiid is out there with Butler. Then there's Doncic, and it's Durant in at the 1. That's the 5 out there for the East All-Stars.
Oh, yeah. He's in this game for a reason, Kev.
And on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you can see how impressive that move was. Jones, the pass to Curry. To the paint, here's Jokic. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Well, I tell you what, Curry is such a tremendous perimeter shooter, and I think his ability to set up teammates and his unselfishness are often underrated.
And Doncic gets it to go.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Outside Durant. On deep. The long distance 3 is buried. Durant's got 5 points now in the quarter.
They've given up a lot of 3-pointers here today.
And their defensive rotations have been non-existent.
James against Jones. Over James. And so it looks like it'll be still with the West All-Stars. Jared Allen's checked in for Embiid. The West All-Stars also changing it up. Randall's checked in for LeBron. And Damien Lillard subbed in for Stephen Curry. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
In the corner, it's James. Lets it go from deep. Randall grabs the board.
Well, most games he can knock it down from deep, but it just isn't there for him in this one.
Durant, no good. James with it. Unloads from 9. The East All-Stars tack on 2 more.
Yeah, such a crafty move. That's an All-Star game special right there, folks.
That certainly isn't any regular season move. I agree with that. See, you save that kind of move for the big stage of the All-Star week.
Making a switch. Williamson's checked in. Jackson, he's checked in for the West. On defense, the East All-Stars. Over in the corner, Randall. Shoots from the baseline. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. And here are the East All-Stars. Outside Durant, feeds to Allen. Over Jackson. And the rejection by Jackson. Lillard with it, guarded now by Durant. Randall outside. To the inside. And the layup's good off the glass. Randall's got his first bucket of the night.
Would have been impossible for KD to miss his teammate there. He was wide open.
Durant.
Well, this night is all about the entertainment value in terms of that dunk. Definitely entertaining.
Yep, and he's hearing it from the crowd. And it's going to be really hard to top that one.
Jones from outside. Knocks down the three ball. Jones has got his third bucket of the night.
And there's no doubt that Lillard is a pure scorer. But and I'd have to say the decibel level just rose about 300% in here.
Certainly sounds like it. I mean, there's nothing these fans love to see more than highlight reel dunks, and that one certainly qualifies.
Randall passes to Jones. Lillard against Durant. 5 on the clock. Tries the spin move. Again, the West All-Star.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
The East All-Stars shooting their 5th free throw of the game here. Catching up on the changes for the East. Adebayo is checked in for Allen. Paul George comes in for Jimmy Butler, and Kyrie Irving subbed in for Doncic. So an almost entirely new group now for the West. LeBron's checked in for Jackson. Mitchell comes in for Julius Randle. James Harden, he's checked in for Jones. Young is subbed in for Lillard. To the middle. And the dunk by LeBron.
Now, once LeBron's at the rim, you might as well turn your head if you don't want to appear on a poster somewhere, because he's throwing it down with force when he gets to the rack.
Williamson outside. Durant just inside the line. Good, and the assist goes to Williamson. Durant's got 26 points.
Boy, what a quarter for him. I mean, he's found his rhythm, and he's really riding that wave right now.
And Adebayo sends it back.
Menace defensively. Adebayo with the swat. He's an all-defensive team member for a reason.
And that was a great replay we just saw of our Mobile One block.
And this is how you protect and grow a lead, by making a huge effort on that end of the floor.
And some changes here for the East. Porzingis comes in for Williamson. And it's Jason Tatum in for Durant. Sabonis, he's checked in for the West. The shot by Adebayo, no good.
It's not getting much easier than that, but somehow he came up empty there.
And now the fast break, Irving with the ball. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis.
The outside shooting of Porzingis. I mean, his teammates trust his ability to knock those down consistently, and he proved they're trustworthy.
Young looking it over from deep Harden. The shot, no good. And here's Tatum for 3. And so it's the East All-Stars with a massive lead of 30 points here at the end of the quarter. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Well, you can't run away from the DNA. When he's running the show, he makes sweet highlight reel plays night in and night out.
Well, we're back on a night that's always a highlight of any NBA season. We're live from the All-Star game.
And, you know, you always look forward to this game, and this one certainly has lived up to the billing so far.
There is not another show in sports quite like the NBA All-Star Game, is there?
On the floor for the West All-Stars, they've got Jackson. Donovan Mitchell is out there with Trae Young. Then it's Sabonis, and it's Randall in its center. Durant, the pass to Embiid. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. Durant's got his 8th assist here tonight.
Embiid has such balance and agility for a big man. He's able to work through contact and still finish with touch.
Young, and the rejection by James. Fires from 18, and he knocks down the jumper. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for the East All-Stars.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped.
Very surprising that he came away empty there, especially given room to operate.
Oh, good on the triple.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
For a number of seasons, offensive output has been on the rise, as we've seen, but last year it went to a whole different level.
I mean, how about 2 years ago with Dallas? They had the greatest offensive season since all the way back in 1973, averaging over 160.
KD with the assist.
You gotta have guts and hops to pull off a dunk like that. Randall got a lot of both.
Good work there as it goes.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
KD on the wing. Guarded by Doncic, and the shot goes in.
And not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. They had a lot more attempts in that first half.
Oh, and the jam by Durant.
And now that's what these people came to see, just punishing the rim.
Boy, that was tremendous. That one would be worth some points in the dunk contest.
James against Mitchell. Over James, and the rejection by James. And out of bounds, the East All-Stars will have a big group substitution here for the East. Porzingis is checked in for Joel Embiid. Williamson comes in for Jimmy Butler. Tatum, he's checked in for James. And Irving subbed in for Durant. Down low. Williamson right side. Back to Porzingis. Over Randall, off the left rim and out.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
And how about the strength from Mitchell, looking tough and determined on that aggressive take inside.
A big group substitution here for the East. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Porzingis. Butler comes in for Zion Williamson. James checked in for Tatum. And Durant subbed in for Irving. The West All-Stars also with the sub. James Harden, he's checked in for Durant. And that one's good by Butler.
He's always ready to stroke it now. Butler is a sniper. Nice job off the catch and shoot.
For three, Mitchell. East grabs the miss. Embiid's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's James. 2 points. That one goes. James has got 6 here in this quarter.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Great player movement is always a constant in the NBA. But with more players on the move every year, the power balance can shift in the blink of an eye.
And we've seen it with the Lakers, right? Just a few years ago. The Nets and a few others. Not everyone, though, loves it, but it sure keeps things interesting.
Sabonis, he's checked in for Randall. And Mitchell drops them both.
And how fearless is Donovan Mitchell? I mean, as a rookie, in his first playoff series, he went off for 38 in a closeout game against none other than Russell Westbrook. Well, he's been doing it all night. Why not go back to it?
And no let-up in him either, guys. I mean, he wants to continue to expand that lead, and as long as he's the one taking the shots, that lead's going to expand.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Harden can't hit.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Buries it from three-point range.
And he's just stretching them out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
Yeah, especially with the score being what it is. I mean, you got to tighten it up on D.
And Durant, here we go. Doncic passes to James. Off target from the baseline. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. Got a piece of it. Butler with the steal. Durant deciding where to go with it. Good on the shot. Durant's got 8 points in the quarter.
Are you kidding? This is an all-star finish if ever I've seen one.
And that's one of the plays people are going to remember and talk about from this year's game for sure.
In the corner, it's Sabonis. Mitchell wide open. That falls. Nice speed that time from Sabonis. Mitchell's got 10 points in just the second half. Durant drawing the double team. Takes the three. Drills it from outside.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there, go get it.
So it's the East All-Stars winning this one easily.
And guys, while the result and the bragging rights go to the East, this was truly a night that belonged to the fans. I mean, it was another great showcase of the world-class talent across the NBA.
It seems to get better and better every year, doesn't it, Greg? It's so fun to watch. It was certainly a fun evening. We thank all of you for joining us and watching with us. For Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. We'll see you again next time.